Hey everybody, Adam Savage, and I am in the Cinema Relics archives with Dan Lanigan.
Hey bud.
How's it going?
Good to have you back.
I love coming here because your collection overlaps with my film interest at a deep level, but I didn't
You've
know.
got good taste.
I do. I have excellent taste, but I really didn't connect with how deep until I came here and saw that you had not one or two, but 3 helmets from Brainstorm.
Yes.
Nobody has seen or remembers Brainstorm. It's one of my all-time favorite movies.
I love it too.
Tell me about what you love about Brainstorm.
I love the idea of the tech taking over the mind and doing playbacks that affect the body's chemistry and ultimately can kill somebody through memories.
Yes.
It's insane. But it could happen.
Yeah. 100%. There's this progression actually illustrates something I deeply took from the movie when it came out. It was on HBO constantly when I was in high school. And a friend of my dad's was one of the producers, Joel Friedman. So I grew up knowing that he had worked on this film and watching it a bunch of times. But what it gave me was a deep understanding of product iteration. Right, because this is the very first helmet you see alongside a lab-sized receiver for it that Christopher Walken is in.
That's right.
And it's like, frankly, it's one of the best depictions of a lab in movies, right? The messiness, the camaraderie, the humor, the dark humor. And then as the film progresses, they don't even really tease it too much in the narrative, but every time you see the helmet, it's this much smaller, it's this much smaller.
Which is telling its own story without actually doing it. It's showing it and not saying it.
It really is true.
Because this thing is obviously a mess of a prototype, but in the film it works, and this is how they get to making these things work.
Indeed, and the film pays so much attention to, as you're saying, the process by which scientists iterate and execute. Like all of these look like found parts, but they're cast resin, and all the little notes on the side of these helmets here, all the little writing is actually set dressing.
That's right.
Right,
That's
to
right.
tell us that this is a narrative of like, okay, put number 2 and number 4 and let's make that one work. And there's a part that came off here. There's this little part that came off, and it tells me a tremendous amount. I'll tell you what this tells me, is that they had a lot of, either they had a repertoire of some etched brass that they were cutting up to use for parts of this, but I don't think so. When I look at these pads, they are etched metal, and they feel like they might even be custom for production, right? Like they were really thinking about how this thing might have connected to your brain. And finding this little piece having come off of this in transit makes me feel like, yeah, they were thinking about the intricacy right away.
Right, exactly. So I recently talked to Mark Stetson and about the Void Comp machine from Blade Runner, because he's one of the guys that helped build that over a long weekend. Almost 24 hours a day for 3 days.
Oh my God.
So just happened to be discussing that, and I'm like, oh yeah, you probably worked on Brainstorm. He's like, I didn't just work on Brainstorm, I built all the helmets. So my mind is blown, right? And so he was just telling me how crazy and awesome it was to work on that film.
Truly.
And it was really exciting. And I actually want to sit down with him and get into depth of how he did this at some point.
I totally do too. A few years ago at one of the cons I attended, a fan brought me the second to last product iteration of the device.
Oh, no way.
The second smallest one that clips on the head.
I've never seen any of these. These are the only 3 I've ever seen, so that's amazing.
I took like 100 pictures of it there. I'll send them to you.
Please do.
Yeah, no, because the iteration of these is so, it is part of the narrative that they don't waste time telling you, but you get it because the objects tell the story. Okay, so this is very close to this one in the storytelling. This is like, hey, we've gotten it much more efficient.
Right, exactly.
Right, I think this is, we found the chips that run at the super cold temperature. Now you can make the head unit smaller.
And reduce everything.
Yeah. So we see the actors in this using these to record experiences. It isn't until the later issues where he connects with his wife, right?
That's right.
That's a smaller
Much
one.
smaller, right.
And then there's the motorcycle helmet, which is for a very specific sequence.
Yes, for when you're experiencing G's in a race car. So they built this in so that it's not just the device to record the memories, but to protect the head in a race helmet while you're doing it.
And you're going to feel all of that.
That's
so you
right.
see the character Gordy driving on the racetrack, and then there's this beautiful sequence where you cut from the racetrack to the, oh, that's right. You cut to the demo for the people in the military, and they're all these boring suit types, but they're all wearing a device, and they're all moving in unison with the roller coaster. And it tells so much efficiently.
It does. It does.
Doug Trumball
Who directed this?
Doug Trumball, yes. Doug Trumball, who did all the effects for 2001 and a million other things, also directed The Silent Running.
That's
and
right.
This. Doug Trumball also invented a film projection standard that this movie premiered for the world called ShowScan.
That's right.
So Douglas Trumball came up with his own version of like IMAX called ShowScan that projected at 60 frames per second. And his conceit for Brainstorm was that when you were watching the normal movie, you were watching in a normal film aspect ratio.
Right.
But that when you went into the brain sequences, you went widescreen, 60 frames per second. So the audience themselves would feel immersed in the character's experience.
So it tries to emulate as much as you could with that technology, the idea that this is memories and this is all encompassing.
And this is all done, 1981 is when this movie was made.
He was ahead of the curve.
Very ahead of the curve.
A little too far, I think.
You're not potentially wrong. I was watching it. Also, it has a really beautiful elegiac score from James Horner.
Mm-hmm.
And I was watching it and feeling like I might be watching an early James Cameron film.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Because,
I never thought of it that way.
Well, it has this perfect Cameron-like mix of both a really important internal emotional story between two characters and this much bigger, important, weird global story about what this means, what death means, what invention means, what friendship means.
Yeah, using technology that could potentially work in a way that Doug Trumball was very like Jim Cameron.
You're totally right.
Yeah.
It is a absolute gem of a film, and I'm beyond delighted that you have brought three of these helmets together. There is no other place in the world where there's more of Brainstorm in one place, I feel.
I don't think so. Not anymore, certainly.
The tape that they record the memories on is something I remember very specifically. It's like 5 holographic lines.
Mm-hmm.
If I remember in my research, I think that was like a Japanese wrapping paper ribbon.
See, I did not know that.
I have never had that confirmed. That might even be just a theory someone had.
Right.
Every now and then I go looking at vintage Japanese ribbon, vintage holographic ribbon, because apparently they had tons of it. Right. But now, the people sell like a foot strip of it. And I've seen that show up from auctions from time to time.
Very cool.
But everything about that, I also want to point out, it includes an incredible performance from Louise Fletcher.
Oh, yeah.
Playing the lead scientist.
She's amazing in it.
Just to make you more interested in watching this movie, the lead scientist has a heart attack and dies. And just as she's dying, she puts on the device and records it. And that's the switch to the third act.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. So that because she wanted this technology to move forward, but also thought there was problems with it as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's such a good movie. Dan, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Honestly, it makes me feel very close to you, my friend.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Well, my hope is at some point I'm putting together this traveling exhibit of AI, robotics, and artificial humans, and this will be part of that.
Oh my gosh. If you get an interview with Mark Stetson for Cinema Relics, I can't wait to watch it, man.
Yes,
it's going to be thrilling.
You can see the raw cut.
Okay, good.
I'm sure there'll be a lot in there.
Oh, Dan.
Awesome.
Amazing. Thanks for watching that entire video. If you loved it, you might also love this video.